Lucas.
Yes.
May I ask how old you are?
40.
All right. How long have you been on the road?
Since 2014. 8-9 years.
And where are you from originally?
Northern Idaho. I grew up in Arkansas.
Oh, yeah. How was your childhood growing up?
Not as good as some, better than most.
Yeah. Do you have a relationship with any of your family members at this point?
Yeah, not what I would like. There's been a lot of distance,
Yeah.
but we're getting there. We're all growing up. Makes a difference.
So how would you describe your lifestyle now?
Exhausting.
Yeah.
Exhausting. But at the same time, I wouldn't trade it for anything else. But do what I want to do, and I'm able to have an impact.
Would you mind going into detail about what you mean by that?
I've been through some things, and been out here for a minute. I got a little bit of tough skin, and I run across other people that are going through things that don't have quite as tough a skin. Haven't been out here as long, and just people. Sucks for them. They're out here with nobody.
Right.
When I come through a town and they got somebody for a day. And that's my lifestyle. That's what it's about.
Helping people out as you travel around.
That's what a hobo is.
Right.
Really that.
And I know you talked about doing what did you call it?
Bottles and Bibles.
Right.
I used to be really big into that. But it doesn't. That aspect of it doesn't mean as much to me as it used to. Religion is so flawed and manipulated. I think approaching the people that I'm trying to approach and help with that, it pushes more away than it draws in.
Yeah.
Just because those who came before me talking the same talk and did it wrong, made it weird.
I know you said you're kind of getting there with your family. Do you have a lot of friends or anybody else that you consider a part of a support system for you?
All the friends. I have all the friends. I have the most amazing network.
Cool. That's awesome.
Most amazing. And they're all out here.
Yeah.
This is my family.
How often do you think that you randomly bump into someone that you know really well?
Once every couple weeks.
Yeah?
Probably.
That's cool.
Yeah, thanks Zuckerberg. Facebook helps a lot.
Right. And you can actually know where people are at, so you can be like, hey, let's meet up here.
Yeah, either I do or somebody that loves me does.
Yeah.
That would be fun. It's really a beautiful thing.
How many?
The family out here is the family that I always needed.
Right.
When I thought I had a family, it was an amazing family. Because they're not like me, I'm not like them.
I guess that kind of leads to a different question. How does your family feel about the lifestyle that you've chosen? If it is a choice to you.
That's a good question. That's really evolved recently. Frank, not your dog, not your problem. Actually, I'm on my way to do cleanup at the Rainbow Gathering. My oldest brother, that I don't often talk to, called me and told me that he approved of my lifestyle. It was really healing.
Which you didn't at first.
No, not at all. He didn't understand. Our dad lived on the streets.
Oh, okay.
And he was my best friend. And the rest of the family shunned him because they didn't approve of his ways. But when I met him, he told me that he didn't know how to be a dad. He'd be the best friend I ever had, though. And he was. And at 13 years old, I went to stay with him for a couple weeks. And my mom dropped me off in an apartment that wasn't his, and we went and hung out underneath the bridge for a couple weeks, and I met my family. Everybody needs somebody.
Yeah, definitely social creatures. How many states have you been to?
I've been to all 48.
Yeah. So
My dog's been in 44.
the older
I'd
dog.
like to do the 50, but can't get on a boat.
Right. Those other two are a little hard to get to.
Hopefully someday I'll go to Nova Scotia and hop a trash barge.
Have you been out of the country?
To Canada.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really count.
Why doesn't it count?
I mean,
Because it's connected so close, or?
yeah, we just went up there to do dumb things. We went bow fishing during a salmon run.
Fair enough.
It was fun for a minute, but I don't think it would really count. It's not like leaving the country. We didn't cross any borders. Oh, I guess we crossed a border, but
Right.
it was through a grizzly bear habitat. So. I'm actually afraid to travel out of country. It's ran into so many things here, and this is a good place, a nice place. We're supposed to feel safer. And if I ran into the things here that I ran into, I don't know about being in a spot where I don't speak the language.
Right.
You know?
Right. Yeah, that'd be tough.
My mouth gets me out of a lot of things. If I can't speak the language, I got nothing.
Where do you think has been your favorite place to visit?
Favorite place to visit?
Whether it be like who the locals treated you the best, or the most beautiful scenery. Whatever's important to you.
Anywhere national forest.
Yeah.
Or back highways. I really like traveling back highways because we're a novelty there.
I'm sure you end up doing a lot of walking. Those, right?
You know, I did a lot of walking until I started traveling with a dog. And people love dogs way more than they love people. So it really, really helps a lot. Not so much with two dogs. I don't recommend traveling with two dogs. Bad idea. Somebody should have told me.
What are your dogs' names?
Frank and Sarah. Frank Digger and Sarah Love.
What do you think has been the greatest gift someone's given you out of kindness?
Meals with their family. When you're sitting in a spot and somebody comes and asks, have you eaten? You want something to eat? Yeah. And then they say, come on. And you go and you sit down at a table with them, their wife, their kids, husband, kids, whatever. Mm-hmm. And they just bring you in and treat you like you're a part of something instead of apart from something.
Right.
That's the greatest gift. The love. Mm-hmm.
So I think I came across you, was it the Rainbow Gathering page? Was it, or was it?
Yeah. My favorite road dog put up a post trying to help me.
So how many Rainbow Gatherings have you been to?
4. I don't know if the last one counts because I just went for cleanup. Yeah, start off in Ocala, the Dirty Kid Gathering. So somebody was shot in the face at the end of that one. It's all been up from there.
Yeah, it's a pretty low spot to.
Well, you know, it was actually a beautiful thing the way it happened. He was the first person to tell me welcome home. I was the 7th person at holding camp, and got to know each other.
Yeah.
And anyway, dog, yeah, really cool people.
Frank?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Helped me understand a lot about road, about people. Don't judge. That's what happened. The guy was afraid of me. He's a big, scary-looking guy.
Wow. Do you think don't judge is one of the biggest lessons you've learned in life?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Are there any other lessons that you've learned that you'd like to share?
Yeah, everybody's good. Everybody's got love. It's just people are scared.
Yeah.
They're scared. Yeah. I don't think anybody really hates anybody. They're just afraid of what they've heard and what they think they know.
Yeah. And of the unknown, for that matter.
Yeah. All people are people, and we all need each other. Whether we like each other or not, we're all stuck here on the same rock.
Yeah. So what is your means of transportation usually?
A sign.
Hitchhiking?
Or Rainbow Traveler Family.
Right.
Dirty Kids. Dreadlocks and buses and dogs. Those things. Flying J. I'm a really big fan of Flying J.
Do you ever get rides with truckers?
I used to, not so much anymore. A lot of times on the back highways, the smaller truck stops have better luck because that's where the owner-operators tend to go.
Oh, okay.
But the big spots on the main highways, they got scales in the cabs now and stuff, so they're really not allowed to.
Right.
It used to be a lot better.
What do you think has been the most memorable ride that you've gotten?
The most memorable ride that I've gotten. Probably from the Ozark gathering up to New York, and we ended up going to the Pennsylvania gathering.
So it was with family?
Yeah.
Rainbow family?
Yeah, and I didn't know him previously. I was hanging out at front gate with and this girl came up. She just broke up with her old man, and she needed somebody to road dog with her to New York. And, come to find out, she had a 12-year-old kid, and now we meet up on her birthday every year and do the water park tour.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, super good family.
Nice.
They actually drove a couple states to pick me up and take me to clean up this year.
Cool.
There was a guy that picked me up in a brand new Corvette. I walked 20 miles out of Amarillo. And it rained part of the way. It was a really horrible walk, the worst walk that I've had. And this guy pulls up in a brand new Corvette, and it's like, there's no way I can fit all my stuff in your car. He said, you'll be surprised, and he pops the trunk and put all my stuff in there, my dog, and he took me all the way to Oklahoma City, sat and ate dinner with his family, and we got home.
Oh.
And he's a really, really good guy. He's one of the least expected rides.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
It's like standing at a light and somebody pull it. It's happened a couple times, and I'll be out there shitty with the day, just tired of it all. Spouting stupid stuff. Treasure my backpack for your car. I've been given 3 cars in the last 2 years.
Really?
Just by being a smart ass saying, treasure my backpack for your car. The first guy gave me the car that he was driving. He just threw a battery in it. It was sitting in his backyard. He was going to sell it for a couple $100. He gave it to me.
Wow.
The other ones I had to get tires and batteries for, but now they're dirty kid cars, probably burnt somewhere in the desert.
Right. Did you just leave them somewhere? Or?
No, I gave them away.
Oh, okay.
I don't have a license.
Okay. Wow,
Find
that's
somebody that needs it more than me.
totally unexpected.
Yeah. It always happens at the right time too.
So what were your dreams and goals as a child?
To house people, to build houses for people.
Yeah.
Yeah, to put a roof over somebody's head. I wanted to be a home builder. And I was for a minute. Still feel like I am, in a way, just not in the traditional sense of what you would call a home.
Right. So like more of an energetic home?
Yeah, I try to help people realize that their home is here.
Right.
You always have that. Don't look up, don't look around, look inside. That's where home is.
Yeah.
Home is literally where the heart
I like that. So do you have any goals or dreams right now that you're pursuing?
Yeah. Yes and no. I mean, I have ideals of what I want to do, but I don't know if I'll ever accomplish them. It's pretty lofty goals.
Do you mind sharing?
I just want to let people know that they don't need all the things they think they need. Everybody struggles so hard to have something to struggle for. Really, all we need is each other. I just wish I could get people to travel for a year before they go to college and fuck around and find out. Try it. Just don't judge. Don't judge. As I see people so hurt by other folks' judgment, and it sucks. It sucks. And especially, and I'm guilty. I'm guilty of judgment myself, I guess, because I'm a traveler. I'm not a home bum. I've been known to fly a sign that says "not a local bum, real traveler."
So what sign do you think works the best for you?
The sign for me is "she said choose her or the dog."
Oh.
Beside my giant backpack and my dog. Or if you can make them smile, at least you got their attention.
Right. Yeah, I think having that positive impact on people definitely makes a huge difference.
That's the one I prefer to fly. The one that probably does the best is just a location to where I'm heading, because I'm always going states away. And that helps. For a female, I've flown with a lot of people that hadn't done it before, and I always make them a sign that says "food stamps don't buy tampons," and it pays really well.
Yeah. What is something that you wish people around you understood about you?
Well, that's a really good question. That it's okay I live here. That I'm here by choice, and don't feel sorry for me.
Right, a lot of people are on the streets against their own will, but for you it's more of a choice.
Yeah. I choose to be here. I want to be here. And my dogs are well taken care of.
Yes.
Just because my dogs travel the country and they live out of a backpack doesn't mean they're not taken care of. That's probably the biggest thing. It's my biggest issue with being on the road is Karen's trying to tell me how to raise my kids.
Right, and thinking that you're not taking care of them.
Yeah.
I feel like most people on the streets, if they have an animal, that animal eats before they do.
Yeah, and a lot of times, especially traveling, if I run across somebody in a train yard or underneath a bridge or something, I'm a lot more likely to interact if they have a dog.
Yeah. So is there anything that you wish people around you understood about the world? I mean, I guess that kind of ties into, your goals of making everyone understand.
It doesn't have to be so hard. It doesn't have to be so hard. Yeah, it's just erase all the classist bullshit and be a human being. If everybody realized that we're all the same, it makes such a big difference. It'd be such a beautiful place. People try too hard. They're trying so hard. Just be.
Oh, Frank.
Come here. Say hello.
So on the note of people judging and stuff, what do you think you are judged for the most? Or what type of judgments are cast upon you that are unfair?
It's a really hard one to call because I don't know what those people are thinking.
Right.
I don't really think I'm just lazy. I'm a bum. I don't want to do it.
Right.
Don't bitch out for me.
Are there times that you settle down in a place for a little bit and get a job or seasonal work or anything like that?
Yeah. I do the hobo things. I like to go to Home Depots and fly a needlework sign. But I have a really hard time with it because my dogs never leave my side.
True.
And there's not many people that will let you take your dogs to the job site.
Oh, I see.
When I first started traveling, we'd go to the hood and we'd clean gutters or fix stairs or things for free, just doing charity things, and pass out cards while we did it, and then get work off of that.
Oh, that's cool.
But it's exhausting.
Yeah.
It gets old. And I don't like staying in places that long.
Where do you think you've stayed the longest throughout your travels?
Probably Arkansas, but I don't know if that counts because that's home base.
Right.
Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania was a really cool place.
Yeah, it's beautiful there.
I was with good people there.
So what do you think would help you most in this moment?
A ride. Getting out of Elko, I've heard from a lot of travelers that I know that Elko is a really friendly place, but it's super hard to get out of. Probably because it's such a friendly place.
Yeah.
It's they'll let you sit in front of the stores here, and if you're sitting in front of the store and somebody's coming up and handing you a couple bucks every few minutes, then it's kind of hard to get out there and sit on the on-ramp in the heat and wait on a ride. I don't know. But yeah, or a ride. An umbrella for my dog so I can sit out there. I left mine at Tent City. I'm not going back.
Well, I have an umbrella I can give you.
Thank you.
Yeah. What do you think would help you most long term, if anything?
I can't really think of anything that I want for. Maybe food stamps, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't really want anything. I truly consider myself too blessed to be stressed. Because what I haven't gone through, I know somebody that has gone through.
Right.
And such horrible things. And it's not that bad. And if it is that bad, it can be a lot worse.
So what are some words or values that you live by?
Smiles save lives. Positivity is infectious. Just like negativity is infectious.
Yeah.
It's the thing. Even if you don't feel it on the inside, that smile on the outside could save somebody's life.
Yeah, that's true.
Everybody hurts. That's probably one of the reasons that I like to do what I do, because really honestly, I'm one of the most negative people that I could imagine, and I don't want anybody else to feel like that.
What do you want to be remembered for?
love. Random acts of kindness. The things that I'm remembered for.
Yeah.
Just having a really bad day and this guy sat in front of his door and listened to me for a half hour. Little thing.
Right.
Being a good dog parent, I guess, is any positive example. All the things, none of the things.
So do you have any words of advice for people that are going through a hard time?
It'll get worse before it gets better, and once it gets better, it'll be worth it.
That's good.
Buckle up. Put on your big boots. Just keep moving forward. If you got kids, think about them. Just focus on something that you love more than you love yourself. Don't talk back to me. They don't even have a dog, Frank.
It's that damn swing again.
You gotta get some WD-40. Come here, homie.
So I know you said your dad who lived on the streets and stuff, and you do enjoy the lifestyle that you're living, or at least feel like it's what you should be doing. So what exactly led to you doing this?
I worked at the post office, and I had a 6-bedroom house, and my would-be wife, I guess, we never signed papers. She liked getting $1,100 a month in food stamps. She had 6 kids, and after 7 years, she got pregnant by my kid, or by me, and he passed away. And she got pregnant again, that wasn't my kid. So I got a dog and a backpack.
Wow.
And I found where I was supposed to be. And it's all the things that turned out to be, all the things I thought were curses, and I cussed God for, turned out to be blessings. It was really tragic losing my son the way it happened. It was pretty bad. He was dead 5 days before he was born, and she had him in at the hospital before the DNC, and he was decomposed. And when I picked him up, his head fell off.
Oh my
And
God.
I went and hung myself. It was bad. It broke his bones.
Oh my God.
But using that, I've been able to relate to so many people who are going through such tragic things. And good for that sacrifice of a person to help other people, I guess, and help myself. I built an empire for the kid. He was going to have the best Babylonian life. But it was really shit. Like it was all smoke and mirrors. It was all fake.
Yeah, I can't imagine that.
So, I've been blessed so much by being on the road. Not been blessed personally, but I've been a part of so many blessings on the road. Sucks to say I'd go through it all again. I think that's why I chose the whole Christianity thing in my travel, because God gave His Son for us, and I would do the same thing.
Wow.
Tragedy's real. But now nothing can compare
Right.
that I could imagine. So I will never experience that day again in my life.
Yeah.
So it's not that bad. We're treated like bums out here, and most of us aren't. I don't know. Which half the time I appreciate it because I don't have to fly a sign. I just sit in front of a store and, oh, that guy's got a backpack and dogs. He must need something, which I don't. I appreciate it. I don't need it.
Right.
I do appreciate it. But there's somebody else out there that I'm going to run across that appreciates it more and does need it. And that's, to me, that's where the blessings come in. Yeah, smiles save lives. And if I can make somebody smile, it saves mine.
So I just realized what your tattoo says above your
For Frank.
eyebrow. Yeah.
Yeah, that happened right after Frank got shot. On a bus, leaving Florida.
Yeah.
He's a really cool guy. Had that love. He got shot for sticking up for our dogs. He said, "Slow the fuck down. We got dogs in." He was gonna say babies, but the guy shot him in the face before that could come out.
Oh, wow. Gosh.
So do it for Frank.
Wow.
And when I'm struggling with decisions, that's what I like to think. 'Cause he was a good guy. He was accused of burning down somebody's camp, and their banjo got burned. So he left the gathering to go get them a new banjo, and got killed the day he brought back the new banjo.
Wow.
So that really good guy. If he was here, he'd do it the right way. So I try to.
Yeah. So is there anything else you'd like to get off your chest? Or let people know?
You never know what somebody's going through or has gone through. And we're all broken. And you might just have the broken shards in yourself that fit the missing pieces in somebody else. So let your broken pieces out. Because then at the very least it'll give somebody something to relate to.
Just to feel like somebody understands it all can be so healing.
Let's all just be a family again.
Yeah.
So, we need each other. We need each other whether we know it or like it or not.
Yeah.
We all need each other.
Well, I guess my last question would be, can I post this video and your
course.
story online?
Of course.
All right.
That'd be great.
Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you. I appreciate it.